Eric, given that he's not started many games in recent weeks, is there an issue with Rafael Varane beyond tactical decisions with your selections?
Absolutely not. It's as I said, it was about tactical reasons why I choose these partnerships, and I think Harry and Johnny did quite well.
You spoke so glowingly about Rafael last season. It's just felt like a surprise that he's not played as much this season. I mean, will he play tomorrow? Have you made that decision with Johnny being out?
What I said. So last year, Harry didn't play a lot, and so I was very happy with Rafa's performance, and I have always been happy with his performance. But in this moment, Harry is playing very good, and there is internal competition.
Wednesday was another example of conceding in short spaces of time. 2 goals in 4 minutes. It happened a few times last season. How do you remedy that? How do you fix that? Because it does seem to be, when you concede 1 goal, you tend to concede in succession. How do you change the mentality so that when you concede you don't kind of fold, if you like?
No, it's up to us, up to the team, definitely. And we know we made in the last minutes. We made mistakes, and we have to address that, absolutely, because we have to do the things better to protecting our box.
Do you think it's a mental problem then? Is it that the players find themselves unable to cope with it? Is it just in the head, or is it something tactical? How do you explain that?
It's definitely not tactical. Players know also what to do in such moment. First was a set play. But definitely you have to cope with it, as you say, in such moment, as individual, but definitely also as a team.
Just on that, do you have enough leaders in this team? Because those kind of situations require leadership on the pitch, organisation. Do you feel you have enough of that within your team at the moment?
I think we can step up, but also the injuries don't help. Don't help us, because you have to swap, for instance, the back 4, and then you don't get the routines in, and especially in such moments it's very important that you have the routines.
Erik, last season that Casemiro, Varane, Martinez, that axis at the back were a very important part of your team. Obviously Casemiro's injured, Martinez is been out for most of the season, Varane has obviously still been there. Do you feel that you need to see more from Rafa still, though, in this moment? You've obviously lost 2 key players. Is this a moment when you need your experienced leaders like Rafa to step up and offer more than you're seeing at the moment?
But it's also on others then now to step up. And so, Casemiro and Martinez, Licha are not there. So then others has to fill it in, and so I was very happy actually with the game in Copenhagen. I think it was our best minutes. So as long as it was 11-11, I think it was a very good midfield balance as well. But I think all over, I think there was a good balance in the team, and I think we played very well. I think it was just the way we wanted it to see, and so I think we have to build on that.
But he did. But in these difficult moments, though, when you are struggling for results, is this where you need to see some of your most experienced, most senior, most successful players really stepping forward and helping some of the more inexperienced players and whatever?
Definitely, and I think we have such characters who can do it. You mentioned Rafa, but I mentioned also Andre Onana, I mentioned Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay in such moments has to make also some leadership. Bruno, of course. So we have enough players who has that character and personality to step up, step forward in such situation and lead the team.
Chris. Over here. So, I think Paul Scholes was saying in commentary during the week that the feeling is that you prefer Harry and Johnny at the moment because they're ball-playing centre-backs, and with getting a new goalkeeper and playing out from the back, they fit that system better. Is that a fair comment? Do you think they are better ball-playing centre-backs than someone like Varane?
No, I could. that was never the issue. I think Rafa did very well in combination with Licha Martinez. I think he was brilliant, and I can also see very good combination. Rafa Varane with Johnny Evans or with Victor Lindelof. I think that are very good combinations.
But has your view of Rafa changed at all? And we talked before about the whole pecking order, and Luke Shaw was in there, Harry was in there. Is he still very much one of your first choice centre-backs?
Yes, absolutely. But as I say, Harry Maguire is doing very well in this moment. And yeah, that's and I'm very happy with that. And and as I always said, from Harry Maguire, he can do the job, and now he's showing he's doing the job. And Rafa Varane, I always played him. All the games when he was available, I played him, and because he was doing that well.
Just in terms of the way you defend generally, you got a lot of credit last season for the way you defended. I think you had more Premier League clean sheets than anyone. It seems like other teams are having a bit more success against you this year. Is that just down to the injuries you've had, the changes you've had to make, or is there anything that you've noticed from the sideline that's changed fundamentally about the way the players are organising themselves on the pitch?
No, I think it is definitely to do. Every time when you have to swap your back four, it's difficult. A new keeper coming in, and then every time you have to form a new back four, and they know rules and the principles, but the routines are not the same. So the communication is so important in such moment, but that is all split-second decisions. So you need that cooperation, and it has to work 100%. And when it doesn't work, then you concede goals on these levels.
Can I just ask one final one? Have you been able to pick your favourite back five this season yet, do you think, in any of the games?
But I made once that statement, and so far I was in. I think we could almost never played the start 11 I wanted, but there's never an excuse. We have to win games, and we have good players. We have good players across the squad, and they can all do the job. But football is about cooperation, and so you need the routines, and so it has to go blind, that you know where your teammate is in very when you're under pressure, in under pressure moments, you need to know what your teammate is doing so you can anticipate on that.
Last question, Michael.
Hi, Erik. Before the Brighton game, I think you'd gone 31 home games without defeat. You've now lost 5 of the last 8 at home. Why is that? And has something changed with your approach to home matches?
Yeah, nothing changed. But then we stay in the same issues, because we are not in the best moment. But I think I see that we're going forward. Like Fulham, Copenhagen, it was a very good game, our sides, and we have to build on that. And when we do that, so I'm sure. So let's see. Andre Onana came new in. Last games he stepped up. Rasmus Højlund, new striker, he came new in. He's stepping up. So that is good stuff. I think we had some good midfield balance in the last 2 games. So keep that, and hopefully we can keep that without new injuries in such departments or with these players. And then I think we can really improve, and then we will find our success in this season.
Erik, sorry, can I just clarify one thing on one of the questions before? Just in terms of your balance of your centre halves, obviously Martinez ordinarily is a first choice and he's left-footed. You talk about Rafa and Harry. For you, is it like one or the other because they both really need to play on the right? And if Martinez is not there, it's Evans or Lindelof you feel are more comfortable on the left of that pairing?
So ideally, but there are moments in games, or there are in certain games they can play together, and they already have proven they could do it. But I think the build-up is not that fluid when one of them is playing from the left centre half position, because I think Licha obviously, Luke Shaw obviously, Johnny Evans and Victor Lindelof are right-footed, but they can play really comfortable with the left, and they can make the right angles. and yeah, then you have a construct better formation where you can start to play.